everybody, it's Thomas with The Odd Show. The G is silent. I'm going to do an odd topic today. It's just going to be me. I'm going to go over some ideas, some stuff that's floating around in my head. Um, Beginning of the new year, everybody is talking about kind of the same stuff. And I want to talk about the thing that people are talking about, the thing that people are talking about. I'm going to talk about resolutions. And specifically, I'm going to get into some details about my opinion. Right? So this isn't necessarily everybody should think this way. This is the way I see things. Never been a big fan of revolutions. Awesome, I love revolutions. Never been a big fan of resolutions, and especially this beginning of the year, new day, new start thing that everybody does, and not because I don't like people trying hard and doing better and pushing themselves. I'm all for that. My issue is more fundamental to who we are as people and the way we commit ourselves to things. I think that, if you had a bad year last year, I feel bad for you. That sucks. I really hope this year is better. But I don't know if a mindset that is literally, if you go back and look at the time and the people, they make the same commitments every year, right? They make the same plans and set the same goals and milestones, and very rarely do they meet them. At least that's been the experience of the people I talk to about this subject. And so I really just feel like it's a bad thing. And it's a bad thing because of one specific part of resolutions, especially of New Year resolutions, and that is false expectations. It is not good to get yourself in a situation where you have false expectations of yourself and especially of others. And so of yourself for these New Year resolutions, a lot of that has to do with not having a healthy evaluation of yourself, and also not having a healthy body of people around you that are going to push you forward, that are going to be there for you and help you accomplish those goals. And so a lot of times people will bring the word accountability into that discussion and say, well, I need more accountability to make better decisions, right? Maybe that's true, but I would say more than likely, you don't need more accountability. You just need solid people. You need a solid foundation of friendship and relationship and purpose in those relationships to drive you forward and help you do better. So these false expectations usually involve, I need to look better, I need to act better, I need to feel better, and they're not really things you have a ton of control in. You have a little bit of control, but not a ton of control in. So really, a healthy expectation for yourself would be, I'm going to commit to pushing myself to do these things that matter, right? I'm going to put this purpose in my life, and purpose will drive you to do better, whether you want to or not, really. You start working at a job, or you start dealing in a relationship, and purpose in that relationship, purpose in that job is going to drive you to a better outcome, right? And I think far more than making a arbitrary milestone or goal, purpose is going to put you there. So I really think that I feel that purpose is a better thing to put in your life than expectations that maybe you'll do better this year, right? So I got pictures behind me of people I love. So that's false expectations, and the other thing I wanted to talk about is pride. So they don't seemingly go directly together, but there's a lot of interplay between false expectations and pride. And so C.S. Lewis, one of my favorite people in the whole world, says that there's an innocent kind of pride, and that's the kind of pride that says, I care about how other people feel, and so I will do things to make people feel better, not at the sake of myself, but I need to do something to make this person feel more comfortable, or feel more apart, or feel more cared for. That's an innocent kind of pride, and a healthy, I think, kind of pride in a way. There's an unhealthy pride, and that's the kind of pride, and I don't think it's talked about directly as much as it should be, but that's the kind of pride that says, I don't care how other people feel. I don't care what other people think. Now, I get that you have to live your life, but you should not live your life in a way that makes you feel better at the sake of others, right? I'm going to feel better by making other people feel like they're not important, or their opinions don't matter. That's an unhealthy kind of pride, the kind of pride that says, I'm going to do what I want and I don't care what anybody thinks. I get doing what you want matters, but not caring what other people think, unhealthy. And so that goes right into false expectations, because I have this false expectation of other people to care about what I care about. And then I don't reciprocate that by caring about what they care about. So be careful in your dealing with pride this year, right? It's a new year. Be careful in your dealing with pride, and be careful the false expectations you put on yourself, and potentially the false expectations you put on other people. One of the things that comes to mind immediately is I've raised several children that I love deeply, and some people don't get my parenting style. We talked a little bit about parenting a couple episodes ago. Some people don't get my parenting style, or they ask, what are you trying to model, or what are you trying to get your kids to? I really just don't want my kids to have all these false expectations of what they have to be like. I want them to find God and find purpose and find fulfillment in their lives. And I don't want that to be something I make them do. I don't want that to be something their culture forces on them. I want it to be something they naturally grow into. And so I don't have a church paradigm, I think, of man, you have to do this in ministry, and you have to care about people this way. I example things that I think my kids need, but I don't. I'm just not that kind of guy. I get there's some people that are into that. That's their way of framing parenting, but is to put these expectations on them. They wouldn't call them false. I don't think anybody would say I have false expectations for my kids, but they put these expectations on their lives, on their kids' lives, on their families' lives, on other people, and they really miss out on being in relationship and just being a father or a wife or a friend or a coworker. That identity should be one of really caring about that other person, and not driving them to fulfill this idea of what you think they should be. And I think that God does that with us. I don't think that He has false expectations at all. I think that He has a desire to be closer, to have more influence and communication and cooperation in accomplishing the goals and dreams that He set out in your life. So I really, really want to caution people this year not to put all of this stock in these expectations that everyone puts around you. Um, I expect to love people better this year, and I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but as the opportunity presents itself, I will be looking for that. I expect to, push myself a little bit more this year, to challenge my heart to do more things, to accomplish more. That matters. That's important. But I'm not going to get to mid-year or almost to the end of the year and be disappointed in myself, because I have what we talk about so often on this show. I have community. I have people, a set group of people in my life that are pushing me forward, that desire for me to succeed, and not so that they can say, look how much we helped them, and look how. No, it's just they genuinely want to see my life fulfill its purposes. If whatever stated purpose that is. So I really think it's important that this year we focus on not being, be proud of your accomplishment, be proud of yourself, but don't fall to a pride that says what other people think and feel doesn't matter, or don't affect you, because it should affect you. You should have a genuine desire to help other people feel better, and a genuine desire to, not at the sake of yourself, I'm not saying that at all, but a genuine desire to all be in a better space, right? So false expectations, pride, and what else? I talked about my kids a little bit. Don't do that every week, so that's fun. If you guys have questions, want me to go into a little bit more detail about any of that stuff, there's just ideas, just stuff that's kind of popping in and out of my head. as we start a new year with the Odd Show. You know, I don't even know what episode number we're on, 20, 30, I don't know, something like that. If I don't see you guys anytime soon, Bruce is going to be here, and I get to hang out with him in a couple of weeks, and we're going to do a couple of, some more shows where we're not interneting, but we're actually conversing in front of the screen. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to any responses you guys might have. So with nothing else, stay odd.